Hey, how is everyone doing today? So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be unboxing the Steam Deck. Now, this is not gonna take away from my main analog stuff that I like to do. I love the analog. I'm a big fan of all video games. So anything from the Switch, whatever I have, I like to talk about. So here I have the Steam Deck, and in this video, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna unbox it right now. We're gonna take a look what comes with initially with, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't touched it. So we're gonna do all that fun stuff. Then I'll cut off and I'll put the SD card in, do all the computer stuff, download some games, and then we'll come back and I'll test it out. I'll let you know how it all looks. So first, here's the box. Seen some videos. It looks like they've gotten away from just making it very obvious it's a Steam Deck. So that's good. It's better. I don't want to have everybody know that I have a Steam Deck. Now this model is the 256. At the time when I pre-ordered, I was like, oh, this would be good enough. Probably won't be. I'll probably have to switch out the SSD. And it doesn't look like it's too difficult. If I was going to really do that, I should have just got the 64 one. But 256 is not too bad. Okay, so here we are. Here is initial parts. Okay, attention, plug it in, and power on. It's very simple. Here is, this is beautiful. This is really nice. I like it has a case already. That does save some extra money considering this is not a cheap product. Now let's bring it out. Okay. Okay. Your games are going places. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to be taking this with me on the airport when I fly out of here. It's definitely a hefty device. Ain't gonna lie. I like to have a quality control number. But didn't actually give you a number though, but that's pretty good. I guess helps keep track. Make sure it was opened. All right, let's see if I can do this nicely without damaging anything. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got that. What else do we have over here? Let's check it out. Looks like the charging brick, if I was to guess. Everything is sealed. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Yep, this is charging brick, USB-C. From all the videos that I've seen. Yeah, USB-C. This is gonna be a good one. How much the wattage on this? Okay, it looks like, what does this say? 50 to 60 hertz, 100 to 240 volts. Okay, so it's definitely a pretty hefty one. Gotta try and find myself a power brick for it too. The battery is not that great from what I've heard. So let's open it up. Oh man, looks beautiful and humongous. My goodness. Wow. This looks so cool. You know what? Yeah, I've heard from people saying the buttons are actually not in an awkward position. It looked like it might have been in the beginning. Wow, this is really cool. Really cool. Let's see now. Might have to plug it in, see if I have any juice. If I don't, then I'll have to charge it, and I'll do all the computer stuff on that side too. Any juice left? Okay, so no juice. All right, so I'm gonna have to charge it, and then I'll come back. All right, everyone, I'll be right back. Okay, so I already went for the plunge. I've had this for a little over a week now. It's kind of hard to manage, life and work and videos and everything else while trying to play this as well. So I've had some time with it, not like I've been playing with it 24/7, but I've been able to do some cool stuff with the Steam Deck. Here I have the water-filled case, which I recently just got to match the analog case that I have. Now here we go. Here is the Steam Deck. I've had, like I mentioned, have had some time. Look, I was just playing Stardew Valley on it. Let's close it out. Now, so far, this game is pretty cool. I mean, the console is pretty cool. If you like retro stuff too, like PlayStation 2, some of the older consoles, you'll definitely get a kick out of this. Now, obviously, I've got this already a little bit later in its, OS. There's been several updates to this since then, and it works much better now from what I heard than when I first started. Now, if you install EmuDeck to this, you'll be able to emulate so much stuff. Now, for me personally, I tried to stick with stuff that the Analogue Pocket couldn't already do, so I kind of shied away from Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. Here, I just stuck with other stuff that's a little bit harder. So, DS games play wonderfully. GameCube games played very good. Nintendo 3DS is questionable at best. Some games don't run as well as others. And I think I got rid of some of the games that didn't run well, like Fire Emblem. For some reason, did not work well. Nintendo 64, haven't had too many issues. I just tried GoldenEye. The controls are a little weird, but you can fix that yourself. GameCube, I could just mention, pretty good. I have a whole bunch of games there. PS2 is runs very good. I've been playing the most so far. Kingdom Hearts 1. If you ever watch any of my other videos, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, so I like playing Kingdom Hearts. And this is the way, Nintendo, you are supposed to play Kingdom Hearts. Square Enix, please take note. You can play it right here, no issue. Now, one of the things that are kind of annoying for me about the Steam Deck is the battery life and this fan. If you can hear it. Yeah, that fan, I'm going to want to have headphones in. That fan is not a lot of fun, let me tell you. It is pretty annoying, but something I just have to get used to. Now, here are some other stuff. You can play very well these Nintendo Switch games. I've heard Nintendo taking down people's sites for showing them, so I'm going to try not to show these specifically. But believe me, these 7 right here work very well, no issues. You might see some frame rate drops, but not the end of the world. PlayStation, very good. Cannot complain. I've played some of these games already. Work excellent. And PlayStation 3, I had Uncharted and God of War 3 on it, and it is not playable, for me at least. I've heard there are some other games that will play a little bit better, but those, it really did not play good at all. PSP, no issues. You can play all these games PSP with no problems. And you know what? I want to show y'all a little bit of these games too. Here are the Wii. The Wii also runs beautifully as well. Now, one of the ones that I was very happy actually worked was, where is it? God of War. Yo, this ran very good, surprisingly. I didn't expect it to run as good as it did. So, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do a Steam game, Steam verified game. We're going to try a Steam, what is it? What was the other one? A okay game, I guess. The yellow one is supported but has some issues. And then we'll try a not supported game. Just to show that not every not supported game, if it says not supported, that doesn't mean it won't run. Some of them won't run, but some of them run very well. Surprisingly, I don't know why it says unsupported. I have a glass screen protector on this, so it works very well. The model I have is the 256 gigabytes internal. I put a 1 terabyte micro SD card in, so it really is plenty of space. And let me tell you, this thing runs very, very well off of the SD card too. No issues in that front. Let me just show you real quick. Let's raise the volume. You can hear the fan too much. The fan's annoying. Okay. You can hear the fan kicking up now. Man, that fan is something else, let me tell you. That's the biggest thing people are going to have complaints about. The fan and the battery. But the game looks and runs really well. But there's still some bugs. For example, I touched the screen and now it's trying to play off of the screen for some reason. You know what? I think I got to do this. There we go. Okay.
That was impressive.
It's very cool seeing this game run.
I did not hurt my back.
Through these doors. Wait, so did the Giants or the Elves build tier stuff?
All the races helped with its construction. It was the last great act of cooperation between the realms before peace disappeared for good.
Cool. So far, it looks very good, man. It's just like I wish, it's something you may have to see in person to really see how it works. As you can tell, no issues. Frame rate's holding. I set it at 40 or 30 to 40 just to keep it good.
Its power is now depleted.
Obviously, some games are not going to work,
Remained in the bowstring, and we used
and it's just
them.
how it is. The PS3 ones, ironically, did not work well, but the emulators are usually notorious for that.
Your bow, please.
But you know what? So this was a verified one, and most of the verified ones don't have any issues. Let's go to a. What's the next one should be? There's another one, a good one, but that's already verified. I need to find one that is okay. You know, the Star Wars Battlefront, it is just okay because that one is questionable when it comes to controls. Here's another one, Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. It says it's not supported. Ironically enough, I've had no issues playing this game. It runs just fine. The controls handle very well. Now, one of the things I'll also talk about is this is not specifically like a Steam killer. So this is not a Steam killer where this is gonna like it's not a Steam Switch. It's not a Switch killer where it's gonna put the Switch out of business. Nintendo is gonna be just fine. I say this is more for probably the PC gamer who wants something portable that has a lot more control over the system itself. There are some modifications you have to do in terms of the settings, especially if you want emulators to run. You need to do stuff to it. You need to set up the emulators. It's not as, simple as, let's just say, loading up Nintendo Switch Online and just playing the PlayStation, the Nintendo 64 games. It's not as clear cut as that. There are some configurations you need to do. And even for some of the games, there are configurations you have to do in order to get them to work right. Oh, so I think it's this button here. There we go. So you can tell this one runs no issues. A little stutter there, here and there, but nothing like, I think that doesn't make it playable, because this is completely playable. Now, there might be something down the line where maybe it's a reason why. Let me see, what do I have? Force powers. There we go. There's you. Let's use force power on you. Try there. Perfect. Okay. Now I said, what is it? RT. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now let's get right to it. There we go, he's gone. I definitely like this game when I had it for the PS3, and I'll definitely be playing it a lot on the Steam Deck. That's the thing. Steam Deck games are also always on sale, it seems like now, and that also means you can go on other websites and just pick up these games at a really, really good discount. I believe I got this game for less than $10, or even less than that, more like a couple of dollars. So there's so much stuff you can do picking and playing these games. This is where it beats out the Nintendo Switch, and the fact that you can actually get these at a good price, and they're much better. But also this game, the battery sucks. It's the one thing, that's my biggest complaint about it. All right, now what I want to do now is, this is not going to be like a great in-depth. There's so many other people who have done a lot of great videos on this. I just want to show you other stuff that works. Oh, there's another game that works. Sword Art Online, it works just fine. Okay, now let's just test out some emulators. Emulators can be tricky in terms that they give you issues closing it out. I've had that issue several times already with certain games. Let's try Super Mario 64 DS. There you go. Look, here's a small screen. Here's the top screen, the top and bottom screen. Let's press it. Touch the start. This little trackpad here, let me tell you, is amazing. I didn't think I'd like it as much. Okay, let's just start the game. Adventure. Here we go. Oh, you can also just get the 64 version, which will also give you no problems too. Tell the frame rate up there, it's holding pretty well. Now, the more updates that come out, there's gonna be a lot more stuff in this. Now, in the other version, what's it called, the desktop mode, you can adjust the screens if you want. For this game, I'd recommend just keeping that top screen. In most games, the top screen is the one you want to keep large. Just run around a little bit and then we'll move on to the next game to test. Yeah, that's different than the 64 version. I think Yoshi's somewhere there too. Yeah, that's right, Yoshi. There's Yoshi. The fan's not as bad for these emulators, but more intense emulators, you'll see it pick up. Man, they talk so much in the beginning of games. Okay. Let's see. Oh, they want to do this one. Yeah, so you can tell, no issues here. Okay, let's go over to the next one. Let's see if I have any issues. Okay, so this was DS. GameCube, real quick. Let's do Smash. Now, the cool thing about EmuDeck is that it just goes, that's a good way of organizing it and showing it on the actual desktop. Sorry, on the actual Steam OS. I like Smash because usually a little bit more intense on it. See, it still stutters down sometimes, but I know this would not work on the Switch emulator because it barely works on a stronger PC. Like, it's still kind of stuttering. Ah, they killed me. Damn Kirby. What are you doing? I think I have to get used to the controls. It's not, there you go, that's what it was. It's not that perfect though for GameCube, as you can tell. But like I mentioned, Smash Bros. Is a little more intense on the graphics. Cool. Let's go to the next one. I'm sure the other games would not be as difficult. Okay. Nintendo 3DS. Always takes a little bit of time on the top of games. Like I mentioned, 3DS games are not the best. Let's see how this one runs. Stuff is running pretty smooth. Princess Peach always gets kidnapped. Be pretty suspicious if I was Mario. Always getting kidnapped. Okay. See how the frame rates hold up here. Ooh, I hear that? Slow down. Hear it in the music. It's definitely playable. Ooh, slow down there. Let's say the 3DSs are not the best. It's not the first one I've noticed issues. But it's definitely more playable than the Fire Emblem ones, so I'll give it that. So I guess if you didn't have the music playing, it wouldn't matter. Okay, so this is 3DS. It's running. It's running. So it's not going to be the one that's going to replace all emulators, you know, that's portable, but it definitely runs. Let's go to the next one. Here's an issue right here. See how it's still trying to exit. It's annoying when that happens. But I guess that's what happens whenever you try these things. Let's see if this way works. There we go, stopped. Okay, so that was 3DS. Let's try a game I haven't tried yet. It's Majora Mask for 64. Starts out pretty good. Controls are a weird part for these things. Frame rate's all over the place on the bottom. The only bad part about starting new games every time. Talk so much in the beginning. My God, let's go. Here we go. Let's see how 64 handles. So far, frame rates are holding. Man, it's taking forever. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think we're finally getting somewhere. This part should be almost done. Yeah, there you go. The game should be starting up regularly now. I believe there's also a 3DS remake too. Okay, there we go. We can finally get started on it. Let me tell you, on a side note, this is actually pretty good. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it slows down a little bit, but it's playable. I don't see any issues with it. Controls a little bit easier to use than GoldenEye. Let's roll. Cool. This is a jump. One of these is a jump. There we go. No, it's actually holding up very well. Good. Surprise. Okay. Alright. Next one. We spoke about this already. Yeah, we spoke about this already. I'll show you something real quick. Hopefully the video doesn't get taken off. Because I know how Nintendo can be. Ironically enough, this runs smoother than the 3DS. I do find it pretty ironic, but hey, why not? You can hear the fan kicking up though. Oh yeah, this is the part that was annoying. For some reason I had to change this. There we go. Good. It's crazy. This is crazy. Surprised how smooth it runs, and he runs the other ones pretty good, pretty smooth too. I'll just only show for a second. Now, putting these ones to sleep are not reliable. Whenever I put this one specifically to sleep, it actually freezes the game. Makes it a little bit difficult too to exit. Cool. So this one runs very smooth. It's crazy how smooth this runs. Okay, so that was Nintendo Switch. Again, the problem with exiting. So I don't know why. Apparently this way works out the best way to exit. So let's see if it works again. Yep, cool. All right, so that one worked. We did the Switch, PlayStation, Castlevania. It's a good one to do. Man, I love that startup. Yeah, that is such a good startup. I've had no issues playing PlayStation games. You can tell by the startup. And the fan just relaxing because it's not as intense. Oh man, no card. I really don't want to start a new game. Trust me, this one works just fine. Yeah, this works just fine. But what I can show you, PlayStation 2, well, that one has also no issues. Let's do, I already have a save file with Kingdom Hearts, so it'll be easy to show you that one. I've been playing this one most of the emulators at the moment. It's just so many different games to play. It just takes up so much time trying to play these games. Balancing, showing your stuff on YouTube, and just playing for fun. I've configured, good thing is it's very, you know, you can configure it yourself. So instead of using the L2, R2 for this turns, I've configured the other joystick. Which is how it should have been done, but who am I? Just a man. It's like I just got Donald and Goofy, so I'm like just in the beginning of the game. So this runs very good. I am pleasantly surprised. This is how Nintendo Switch should have had the Kingdom Hearts games instead of cloud version. Take notes. Nintendo, please. People want just to play this game on something that is not requiring internet. It's not that hard. Make it work. Square Enix, make it work. Alright, cool. So that was PlayStation 2. Now what else do we have left? PSP. This works just fine too. We'll just try an intro one. If PS2 works, PlayStation 2 is going to work, no issue. God of War, very good game. So they have multiple of those games. Man, they have a lot of games. Alright, I'm just not going to go through it too much.
Kratos, the ghost of Sparta,
Yes.
had taken his place amongst the Olympians.
You can never skip these things for anything.
Bloodshed, the relentless.
PlayStation, PSP works, trust me. Last but not least, just show a Wii game. And then Mario. It's the last one I'm going to show. I'm going to have to make more videos just talking about it. I won't go too crazy on it. I like talking about my analog stuff. And there's so much stuff you could talk about here. And a lot of people talk about this already as well too, so. Wii works very well. Very interesting to see the 3DS having issues. But it has to do more with the architect, I'm guessing. It looks really good too, let me tell you. It looks really good. And there goes Peach, she gets connected again. As always. Here's some stuttering here and there. Okay, let's try it real quick and then we'll end the video. Sorry, I know it was a little longer than I usually do it, but there's a lot more to talk about whenever you bring something new into the equation. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Button layout's a little bit weirder because it's a Wii. So far it runs better than the I see some stutter here and there. Definitely running much better than the 3DS version. What the heck? Supposed to go through all of them. Cool. Okay, so that was the Wii. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. There's just so much to talk about on the Steam Deck. I can't cover all the topics. I guess the last one I could show you real quick is the desktop mode. Other than that, there's so much to talk about. I barely scratched the surface in this little over 30-minute video. And that's a lot by itself. So, here it is, desktop mode. This is where you do most of your work for, especially the emulators. This is where you got to transfer the files. It takes a lot of work here. This little trackpad is very important for the desktop mode. Helps out a lot. Feels very good, but I always recommend a mouse and keyboard. That's the best way to go. All right. That was really what I want to show you. I'll have to get more into the weeds if everybody is interested in it or not. So, thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You're all awesome, and have a good one.